My lovely and beautiful Libras, this is your horoscope for August 2024. And August will be a bit of a bumpy month, a bit of a challenging month, but stay always on a positive and beautiful side as you are, because that's how universe work. As much as we are positive, those things are happening in our life. Those things we are attracting, not the negative things. And August, we also have Mercury retrograding. Mercury is the planet of communication and sharp mind. We need Mercury to be sharp and direct when signing papers, when opening business, when doing surgeries and plastic surgeries, dental works. Many things actually relates to Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of commerce and trade. So that's why make all the negotiations after August, because for whole August we have Mercury retrograding, meaning going backwards, meaning slowing down. That's why August is a not good month to start any new thing, new projects, new business. Now, I have a whole separate video about Mercury retrograde on my channel. If you, interested, you can listen to that video. Make sure to actually hit that video for the good tips on what to do and what not to do during Mercury retrograde for better results in your life, astrologically speaking. Now, and also, August seems like you will be quite busy with your kids if you have them, and if you don't have them, then it might be about planning and also about your future plans, about your friendship circle, and in general your bigger social circle will catch you into all sorts of action and busy peasy things. Now let's get into your August horoscope. On 2nd of August we have Venus, your ruler. Venus is the planet of beauty and love, and Venus will be situated in your house of friendship, in your house of friends, in your house of future and wishes. And also 11th house is the house of our social circle, those big groups that we belong to. And also 11th house is the house of internet and social media house. Now Venus will be transiting exactly that 11th house, and it will have, disagreement with planet of surprises, Uranus. Now, Uranus is the planet of surprises and electricity. You never know what this planet might bring into your life. That's why, it's called planet of surprises. And it will be transiting your financial house, my dear Libras. Those finances are not the ones that you earned, but the ones that you share with someone, or the ones that are coming into your life from someone, or from government, or from financial institution, from wherever, but not the ones that you earn, actually, my dear Libras. Now, Venus is, Uranus, this planet, is natural ruler of your house of kids and house of joy and house of business. 5th house that rules this planet is all about our creativity side. That's where we create. When we open business, that's our creation. So that's why business in the 5th house. If you ask why kids are there, because we create them, right? So it's also our creativity. Also, it's the 5th house rules your kids and children, and the joy, because whatever we create, we do it with joy, because we like it and we succeed in it, we love it, and whatever is the result, it brings happiness to us. That's why 5th house in astrology is called house of joy. Now, Venus making disagreement with this planet of surprises might bring this element of surprises in the beginning of August, related to your wishes and related to your resources. It might be that you have quite a bit of ambitious, let's say, and wishes and future plans, but at the same time, you will need to plan thoroughly your finances, and especially if it relates to your children or your business, especially for business owners, or if it relates also for romance and flirting activities as well. It might actually, this disagreement, it's not always bad thing between these two planets. It might actually give you an opportunity all of a sudden to meet and flirt with someone like, love from the first sight, or let's say sweeping from your feet, this kind of a love, and it might catch you by surprise, because at the end of the day, we have Uranus there playing the main role. Now, 4th of August, we have new moon, and new moons are all about new stories, new beginnings in your house of future and house of hopes. 11th house, this 11th house will be quite active during August, and especially beginning of August. Now, 11th house is all about our future. It's a house, like very expansive house of expansion in our future. What kind of wishes we hold for our future. And also this is house of friendship. Our social circle, groups of people, clubs of people that we belong to. And that's why internet and social media is also here. 11th house, because it's a big house, it rules like big month, masses of people, like when there are a lot of people gathered together. That's why there is internet and social media, and popularity is 11th house. And new moon is happening there, and this new moon will be sugar sweet because new moon will be supported by happy lucky planet Jupiter together with Mars, and Mars is the planet of activities, planet of action and planet of desire. Both of them, they will be situated in your house of foreign land and foreigners, house of education and your higher mind. And also this is ninth house. Ninth house is the house of travel and immigration. If that was your long held wish about immigrating somewhere, about getting a citizenship, or about let's say getting visa or residence permit, doesn't matter, temporary or permanent, then this new moon will have the power to grant that wish, especially for those of you who are born around 4th of October, plus or minus 5 days around these dates. You guys are lucky ones because your wish is getting granted from the universe. And especially those of you who are born around this date, 11th house for you guys, it might be about the internet, might be popularity, social media. If that was your wish, then this new moon has the power to broaden your reach. You might get new followers. You might, double your income from social media if you're already a star. And you might get popular around this new moon because, a lot of foreigners will be reaching out to your page, and you might be expanding your influence because 11th house is all about that. If you are active on internet, and if you are new to this social media area, then it might be the time you will consider opening a page for yourself or for your business, or going public, going online, about yourself or your business. It doesn't matter. It might be the time this new moon will push you to open that new Instagram page or any other social media page. Now, for some of you, it might be about friendships. If it's not about wish and a popularity, then it might be your friend. You have a power to make a new friend who will be a foreigner. It's an amazing time, and especially that friend has a potential to become a lover at the later stage, or actually vice versa. You might fall in love, like you might like the person at the first when you meet, but gradually you will decide to keep it in your friendship zone because that's where that person will be more, let's say, fitting into your life. That is also possible. And again, you might meet that person over online on social media, through those kind of channels, or in some sort of big gatherings like concerts or this Olympic Games, because right now is Olympic Games. It's exactly 11th house new moon, meaning that it's giving you, a setup of huge masses of people kind of surrounding. You might be visiting or getting invitation to those kind of social gatherings, be it a concert, be it some sort of performance of someone, like some big shows or events, like social events you might attend around this new moon, beginning of August, to somewhere. And as a Libra sun, my dear and lovely Libras, you love all those things, like going to museums and appreciating the art and any sort of performance. Now, this will be the amazing time to do so. And if there is like someone is coming from abroad, some sort of your favorite band or your favorite, let's say, artist, then this will be exactly perfect time and setting to visit, and you might get an invitation for those kind of things. Now, for some of you, it might be the time of harvesting the results, because 11th house is the place where we get all the results from our work done. So it might be some sort of recognition here happening around this new moon, beginning of August, for your efforts. Whatever is your area, whatever is your work, whatever you do in life, it might be some sort of recognition, might be even like giving you a new title or new position, or joining some sort of new social club, let's say of, I don't know, VIPs or any other new kind of social clubs, and like people groups and friendship groups, this kind of, at work it might happen, because as I said, it's getting the results. Or if you are working for yourself, then it might be the time when you will get recognized for your work, for your art, for your skills, and for the masterpieces that you've created, like through exhibitions, through any sort of performances. All these things are exactly 11th house, so you might think in that area. Now, 11th house is also, it's NGOs, because it's such a broad house. 11th house includes all those big companies and corporations, like big corporations, where usually they have few offices all over the world, and specifically NGOs, those that are helping to people and, let's say, working for good to people. Now, those kind of things, if you've been wishing to work for those kind of institutions and organizations, this new moon have the chance to give you actually access to those kind of big companies, especially if you are like a student and you would like to do some like internships in those big sort of NGOs. Then this will be your new moon, my dear Libras. Now let's talk about next day after the new moon, 5th of August. We have Venus, your ruler. Venus is the planet of beauty and love, and also planet of money, moving into your private house, 12th house. 12th house is the last house in our natal chart, and it includes all our secrets, all that we want to hide, and where we want ourselves to be hidden as well. And 12th house is also the place of our subconscious mind, because subconscious mind is not, let's say, easily accessible to us. That's why it's in the 12th house, those sort of processes in our mind that actually govern our life. And 12th house is also a house of secrets, because it's hidden. And 12th house also includes our enemies, hidden enemies that we don't know face to face. 12th house is in general where we want to concentrate, where we want to be alone and work in a concentrated manner for like long hours on something and alone. The point here is to be private. And also 12th house is our rest house, when we want to rest. And it's, universe is speaking in so much logical way, like your birthday month is coming, your birthday season is coming. That's why when Venus moves in your 12th house, it indicates actually already some sort of rest, some sort of getting ready for your birthday time. And Venus in the 12th house might give you amazing vacation if you're gonna have some retreat somewhere, or like vacation somewhere near sea, somewhere near water, in the nature. It might give you luxury kind of experience, because Venus is planet of beauty, and you will love your trip definitely around the beginning of August if you're planning to do so. And also, like, 12th house is also hotel, because 12th house is all the places that are isolated, like hotels or even hospitals and prisons, like islands also. If you're gonna like have a trip on an island kind of setting or in some hotel, then that hotel will be one of the favorite ones, might become actually, because Venus will make your choices, let's say, right on point, and you will love the experience that you're gonna get in those places. And also 12 houses in general is about night, it's our nighttime, and you might be working on something at night, like something artistic. If that would be your case, after 5th of August, you will have this sort of kind of a craving, to sit and concentrate on, and let's say, privately do something behind the doors. On the same day, 5th of August, we have Mercury also going retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde means slowing down, means moving backwards. And as I said, I have a whole huge separate video on Mercury retrograde on my channel. Go hit that video, and because I included a lot of tips on what to do and what not to do during Mercury retrograde, and it's really helpful during this period, to plan ahead and be on top of your game. Now, Mercury retrograde will happen until 28th of August. Usually Mercury goes retro, meaning backwards, slowing down, for 3 weeks, and meaning whole August, and plus allow Mercury retrograde 10 plus 10 days before and plus 10 days after to regain its power. Like, by the end of July, you might have been feeling already the slowdown of Mercury, because Mercury is a very important planet in astrology in terms of directly influencing our daily activities, like meetings. It's a planet of thoughts. It's a planet of ideas, signing contracts. So we need Mercury to be sharp and direct to do those things, especially important papers, to sign them, to make deals. And plus, Mercury rules commerce and trade. We need Mercury to be sharp. But in this case, we have it retrograde. And plus 10 days before it starts retrograding, we might already feel actually Mercury is retrograding. It's called shadow period, when we already get the messages, some sort of mix-up information, wrong information, or delays or cancellations, or some sort of postponements, all sort of things might be going on, like during Mercury retrograde. And whole August is not an optimum for you to sign important papers, to make deals, to do dental work or plastic surgeries, or all those things. Especially beauty is very important to you, my dear Libras, as your ruling planet is a beauty planet. So here I would like to emphasize no-go plastic surgeries. Better to plan it, for September or any other month, but not during Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury will start retrograding in your 12th house, and 12th house, it's again house of past, house of rest. You might be visiting somewhere that you've been before. Also, house of past indicates, some sort of digging information, because Mercury is the planet of information. You might be needing some sort of papers from your past, let's say from your home country or from your family history or archives, this kind of things. You might be running those kind of errands, issuing or reissuing those kind of papers about yourself and your past. Let's say maybe it's a family or about related to your kids, anything that sort of. Now, during Mercury retrograde in 12th house, you might also happen to do things that you stopped doing, because 12th house is something that we sit and concentrate and do it alone. And it might be that you might go to some things and let's say if you've been drawing before and you stop for some reason, now will be the time you will have this desire to go back to those activities, like drawing again something. Or it doesn't matter what is the activity, it's just the indication that you might start doing again some things. And again, here 12th house is the house of far places, sort of very far places and sort of foreign places. And during Mercury retrograde in your 12th house, some of you might have craving for travel very, very far and even planning it. But here I would like to warn you, if you are booking your trips or planning it, double check all the dates, double check all the information about yourself, about your passport, about your data, everything, because during Mercury retrogrades, all the mix-ups are happening, people are getting late to the plane or to flight, people are canceling, or they are booking to another month thinking that they're booking to this month. There could be like all sorts of things. All I can do is give you a couple of examples, but you know what I mean. So double check if that's your situation and you're planning a trip. Now, when Mercury goes, retro, meaning moving backwards, it will cross from your 12th house into your 11th house of friendships and house of future. Seems like your old friends might be contacting you, or your old social circle. You might hear something from them, or you might contact yourself, your old friend, or some group of friends that you've been close, let's say, before. And it might be that the time when Mercury will be retrograding there, those friendships might be revived, even through social media channels, like over internet. They might find you, they might send you a message, and you might be sort of nostalgic feeling around your social circle and friendships. For some of you, it might be, the period when you will go back to your old plans, all hopes and wishes, let's say, previous one, let's say for some reason that you dropped or you've canceled and you didn't pursue, and now will be the time you will go back to those thoughts and your plans for your future. Now, 19th of August, in general, second half of August is a bit of a bumpy one. It's a bit of a challenging for everyone, because second half of August, we have all the planets arguing with each other, not being friendly to each other, and it all starts with full moon on 19th of August in your house of joy, in your 5th house. And 5th house is our creativity house, where we create and where we feel the joy of life, where we love life in ourselves. 5th house in astrology, creativity house, is exactly the house of actors, singers, dancers, all those people who are in art. And many of you, my dear Libras, are in that area. And listen up, this exactly full moon will be speaking directly to you. And also 5th house is about business owners, because business is also our child. That's what we create, right? And that's what gives us joy. That's why business is also in a 5th house. If you are a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, then this is also for you, this full moon, speaking directly to you, my dear Libras. And also for those of you who have children, 5th house is the house of children. Our kids are here because we create them too, and they bring joy. Now, if you don't have, then if your situation of planning, like if you are on a fertility journey, conception journey, then this will be also your full moon. Now, this full moon is happening at 27 degrees, and I'm, specifically talking to those who were born by the end of the season of Libra season, meaning those of you who were born around 20th of October, plus or minus 5 days, you will be affected the most by this full moon. And this full moon has a, element of surprise, feature of, shocking news, sort of, because Uranus, planet of surprises, will make, let's say, very harsh angle to that full moon. Very direct one, an exact one, very sharp, meaning, with this planet Uranus, you never know what to expect. Really, you never know what universes will give you. But my advice here, stay on the positive side. How high our energy is, that's how much positive and nice experiences we attract, into our life, attract the energy back into our life. That's why stay on the brighter and positive side. During second half of August, you might not even notice, those challenges that this full moon might pose. You might think and treat them as not even challenges. They might seem to you as some sort of small sort of issues and not even issues. And you might overcome them with ease. Just one thing to make sure that you stay on the positive and try to see in everything that will happen brighter point of life. Now, let's talk about this full moon deeply. And as I said, because Uranus, planet of surprises, will make harsh angle, and Uranus will be in your financial house, like shared finances, those finances that you share with your husband, your wife, or family budget, or the money that you get from government. Like if you're a student, then it's your scholarship. If you are a business owner, then it's the loan from the banks. Or if you are like a real estate owner, also those money that you've taken from banks, like loans. Or it might be the funding for your business, like from financial institutions, investments also here. And if you are an avid investor, this also about you, because 8th house is all about money that is not yours, but that comes to you from other people, from other institutions, government, and from whoever, but not the ones that you earn. Now, Uranus is also natural ruler of your 5th house, the one that is full moon is happening in. And full moon has a ruler, and the ruler is exactly this planet Uranus, which is making bad angle to that full moon. And being a ruler of your 5th house, it's all about exactly this area of your life. And full moon's job usually, to bring some sort of conclusion to some situation that's been already there in your life, or another function is to put your attention to some sort of situation or a person, your immediate attention that needs your immediate actions as well, that you've been ignoring or that you've been simply not noticing, and full moon's job is just to put light on that area or on that circumstances in your life. Now, this full moon is happening in your 5th house, meaning for those of you who've been, let's say, dating someone recently, this is exactly the house of true love, not the one of the committed relationships where we like get married and all the stuff, and the long-term partnership. It's not about this. It's about those relationships that we just, let's say, a romance, like a flirting mood. And if your situation is that one, then this full moon seems like will come in and put you in front of a harsh reality about that person that you fell in love and you're sort of start dating. Your relationship might finish around this full moon, and Uranus, will make a surprise action, and it might be involved about finances of that person or of your finances too, or it might be involved of that person's health, and maybe that person has some sort of health issues that you won't accept, that you will come to know in a shocking way, and you might not agree to continue the relationship with that condition. Let's say this could be as an option, but there could be any other reason around this full moon, because as I said, Uranus is the planet of surprise, and you never know what kind of surprise and shocking revelation it might bring. But the point here, full moon is a culmination, and it seems like you might make up your mind around your dating situation, if that is your situation. For some of you, my dear Libras, it totally might be related to kids. If you have them, or even if you don't have them, if you are on a fertility journey, it's all about this. Because Uranus, that is, transiting your 8th house, is exactly in your conception house. So those of you who have kids and who, don't have kids, this is exactly about your situation. And again, there is a surprise element. It might be that for some of you, it might be a pregnancy news that will shock you, that you won't be ready to. So be careful around this full moon if you don't want kids, let's say. And for some of you, if you've been long on a journey of fertility, this full moon might tell you pause a little bit and have a rest and have a better mindset and have a, let's say, faith. Because, Uranus in the 8th house, it's making some surprise revelation. So it means that It might be related to your kids in your fertility journey, and maybe universe is telling you not this time, my dear Libras. Now, for those of you who have children, then it might be about your kids. It might be that you and like funding whatever is related to your kids, but specifically here some sort of money involved, like let's say maybe their funding of their education or their school fees, or it might be their kindergarten fees. Whatever is related to your kids, my dear Libras, and money, some sort of or maybe some governmental help, or maybe like let's say registering them to a new school or new kindergarten or some educational institution, some sort of this kind of things. Full moon might bring you here, and it will be a surprise. For example, you've chosen, let's say, new school to your kid, and you've registered and you're very happy, but when this full moon comes in, you will figure out that you will find out that the fee actually for this school is high, or it might be unreasonably too much for you to pay, and that's why you will have to find a faster resolution to this case, either a new school or either to find that funding for that school of your choice. This is just one example, but there could be so many. I'm trying to give you as much as possible, but you have to think around your kids, and whatever is the situation is there. And it might be also health related. If that's your situation, like you're concerned about the health of your kids and children, this full moon comes in and it might show you actually what is the problem, what is the issue, or if you've not been noticing anything that around that topic, this full moon will put the light there and will show you what you need to deal with. For some of you, it might be about business. Now, if it's not about your kids, if you say that everything is perfect, then it's a bit business, especially for those of you who are business owners. Again, here, because Uranus is exactly in the other people's money, government's money, I would advise you not to rely on money that you are waiting from a government, like funding of your business, or there might be some sort of surprise, about that funding. It might stop coming, or it might be suddenly closed, let's say, will stop funding your project or your business, or your business partner actually might not be reliable one, and you will come to know about that around this full moon, because it again involves some sort of money kind of thing, and bank loans especially, and scholarships also especially. And here about the kids, if that was about the scholarship for your kid, and again here it might be shocking that scholarship is not coming, let's say. This could be news. In general, second half of August is a bit of a challenging, as I said. So stay on the positive side. Universe has our back. Now, for some of you, it might be about inheritance also. Dealing with inheritance and result, whatever is the situation there, the result is not so pleasant. It might not be so much pleasant. You might not like it so much, but again, try to look at the brighter side of the situation. And fifth house is also about hobbies and talents and creativity, as I said, especially those of you who are in the art area. For you guys, again, your agent might be disappointing, or the funding for your skills and showcasing your skills and talents also might be abruptly stopping. This could be a shocking news too around this full moon. So whatever is the situation there, stay calm and stay positive, and keep faith in the universe, my dear Libras. There are another bunch of planets, that they will be arguing with each other, totally not related to the full moon, but it will be happening on the same day, on 19th of August, on another part of the sky. And those planets, Saturn is the planet of work and responsibility in your house of work, which is transiting your house of work and daily life. That will oppose your ruler, Venus, which will be transiting your house of subconscious mind and rest. And Saturn also at the same time will make harsh angle to Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter is the happy, lucky planet. It will team up with Mars together in your house of future and in your house of friendships. Now, Saturn will make harsh angle to those two, and plus Venus, it will oppose Venus, indicating that you might kind of postpone your rest time let's say you've been planning a vacation, but then you decided not to go to that vacation. And this time, by the end of August, will be the time when you will have this sort of a feeling why you didn't go, because summer is finishing. And you will have this sort of a bit of a tension within you, because work will be a lot. There are like responsibilities at work will be higher, and it will come, against your wish of having rest. It will come against your wish and plans for your future, and it will not even leave you time to see friends, to socialize. You will have this a bit of a tension within yourself. You might have, tension within yourself of not getting enough socializing, moments with your friends and wherever, like attending some social events and shows, and that will be your wish, it seems like. But work from one side is work, from another side there might be some other responsibilities, like daily responsibilities. For some of you, it might be about health issues. If it's not work, then for some of you, it might be a health related condition that you will be missing all those things. And at the same time, you will be feeling sort of tension within yourself around this kind of topic and losing the opportunity, sort of. And you might be also canceling or delaying or postponing, let's say, your trip, if you've been planning to some sort of nature or water, this kind of thing, because Venus here really truly wants you to have a rest. But at the same time, Saturn is putting quite a lot of responsibilities on your desk at work, or actually health wise, making you to pay attention to your health and well-being. And at the same time, you have Mars, who is driving you crazy, your desire to socialize, to have a bigger circle of friends, to attend as many events as possible, to have quite a lot of plans, who making you to have a lot of plans for your future. And Jupiter together with Mars, which is expanding those plans to the enormous sizes. So this kind of things might be happening by the end of August, my dear Libras, for you. Now, 22nd of August, we have Sun moving into your finally rest house. Now, indicating actually to rest before your birthday month, my dear Libras. Only like really by the end of August, when Sun hits your private house, you will want to finally stay a bit of a in a hidden position, to get rest and to reassess all the things that happen your solar year, because our birthday starts our solar new year. So Sun indicating moving into your 12th house indicates the time of reassessing of what happened since last year birthday, and of having rest before your birthday kicks in. Now, 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct finally, and Mercury being planet of communication and signing contracts, and also of having successful, let's say, plastic surgeries. It goes direct, and it's amazing time. Finally, everything moves forward, and with the clarity, with much of responsibility, because during Mercury retrograde we get all sorts of cancellations and delays. But allow Mercury 10 days, as I said, after it goes direct, to regain its power, to regain its full force, to finally move direct with the energetic mode, let's say. So everything that you plan, like signing contract, opening business, everything you want to do it after 10th of September around. Now, this was your horoscope for August, my dear Libras. Stay on the positive side, brighter side. I know it's been hard, but keep your faith into universe, and universe will deliver. I love you all. Bye-bye.